Third one, that is the quality skill gap. Here it says that it is when the firm hires for job that requires person with tertiary education. They complain that the quality or skill is inadequate for such activities. I'll explain this point. Again, here they use the degree of higher education as a transparent means to appoint the person. But here, what is happening actually is that our education system is so theoretical based, we miss an important component of implementation part. So what is happening here is that we just try to understand, we have to understand that here, suppose for, let us first understand it with the example. For example, one of the student from my department, that is Commerce Department, he qualified BCom and MCom. And for all the 5 years, he has been studying some of the other branches of accountancy. Very good. And he passed with maybe 80%, 90% marks. Very good. But once he goes to the job market and he looks for a job, maybe he is looking for a job as an accountant. Now there he fails because he does not know how to implement those things in a practical world. Now what will happen? The current scenario also includes that many a times, majorly now, what the companies, previously, if you just go back 10 or 15 years back, what the companies used to do, they hired the person and then they spent 3 or 4 months or 6 months in training that person. And they paid the salary. They said, okay, or maybe 2 months, if not necessary, because 6 months to बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया. लेकिन 2-3-4 महीने तक के वो उसको ट्रेन करते थे. And they did not say कि नहीं तनख्वाह भी चल रही है और ट्रेनिंग भी चल रही है. No, they said कि पहले सीखो, फिर तुम काम कर पाओगे ठीक से, ठीक है. Nowadays, what the company is doing, companies, they say that नहीं, it cannot be like that. The day I'm spending money on you, I need a complete proper work in return. आज ही से आप बिल्कुल एफिशिएंसी के साथ काम करना शुरू करिए. कोई ट्रेनिंग नहीं, कोई उस तरह का नहीं. प्रोबेशन होता है. प्रोबेशन इज फॉर मे बी कोई मिसकंडक्ट ना हो या कोई हेल्थ की इरेगुलरिटीज ना हो या रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन की इरेगुलरिटीज ना हो. But now they don't want to train. They don't want to waste the money on training that employee. What they do, they ask you कि ठीक है, आपने internship कहाँ पे करा था, आपने कितने दिन की internship करा. 4 candidates हैं, जिसने सबसे ज़्यादा internship करा उसको preference मिल जाएगा, या फिर जिसने कहीं और job proper करी है, experience है, उसको मिल जाएगा. And you will be, if you have no practical, knowledge of what is to be done. तो अगर accounting का काम वो कहीं और करके आया है तब तो ठीक है. नहीं, अगर fresher है तो no, we are not going to have that headache of training and teaching and spending money and ourselves making into a loss. We cannot do. Everybody needs an expert from day one. So here the quality skill gap, and that's why I'm sure you all are aware that you all are aware that these companies, they prefer internship, and therefore more and more internships are being promoted nowadays. I encourage students, my students especially, that no, while you are doing your graduation, you please, or PG, wherever time you get free, maybe in the evening or maybe during your summers and winter breaks, you go for some internship. You should have that certificate. So that is very, very important. So these are the 3 kinds of skill mismatches, including the jobless growth also, because that is also so overwhelmingly, I find that 70% of the workforce is still engaged. They are engaged in the informal or the unorganized. So in addition to these, I should say skill mismatches. 74% of the workforce whom we believe they are working, they are in the unorganized sector or maybe informal sector, again, which is not very fruitful. It might include self-employment and micro and small and medium enterprise, which do not provide a stable and assured platform. So despite the variety of initiative and schemes for all, development, like the Skill India Mission or National Skill NSDM, that is National Skill Development Mission, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, etc., both unemployment persists, youth unemployment persists to a large extent. So I think the problem is quite colossal, quite huge. It cannot be overlooked. It can no more be ignored. But here, I put this question before you, before the board. That comes up, it says, on the quality and pedagogy of our primary and higher education system, and the quality of technical and vocational education system, and the training infrastructure. So, and I say that our grade system or the education system is broadly is still too focused on grades and marks and careers instead of being oriented towards innovation or skill development or entrepreneurship or vocational training, etc. Do you agree with me? The participant, do you agree with me?
Yes, ma'am. Sure. Yes, ma'am.
How do you agree with this thing? How do you say?
Ma'am,
Have you witnessed these things, or do you think that no, this is the reality, or maybe, ma'am, you are exaggerating the thing?
मैम रिसर्चेस तो यही कहती हैं.
जी जी प्रभाकर जी, आपने कुछ कहा था?
जी मैम, रिसर्चेस भी यही कहती हैं.
हाँ, रिसर्चर्स भी कहती हैं, क्योंकि ग्राउंड रियलिटी भी यही है.
जी
और
मैम, बिल्कुल.
इसीलिए कहीं ना कहीं ये लगता है कि नहीं, इसको जो है, जो ये मिसमैच है, ये एजुकेशन सिस्टम के थ्रू ही पूरा किया जा सकता है. इसमें वोकेशनल एंड प्रैक्टिकल एस्पेक्ट्स को एजुकेशन सिस्टम में जोड़ा जाना चाहिए. एंड देयरफॉर द न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी, it became more and more innovative and included many things which were related to this subject.
यस
तो
मैम.
ये बात हो गई कि ये हमारा अभी करंट सिचुएशन है. And therefore, looking into the problem, the government has already started working. तभी ये workshop हो रही है न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी पे, जिसमें सेशंस और सब चीजें, क्योंकि मुझे नहीं याद है कि पहले कभी एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप और स्किल डेवलपमेंट पे इतना ज्यादा एम्फेसिस था जितना अब बढ़ा दिया गया. बट दैट इज द नीड ऑफ द आवर. So the government has been promoting the startup in the country. And India, it is one of the contains one of the fastest growing startups ecosystem in the country. And it has been done by the efforts of the government of India, or maybe initiatives, because they focus mainly into 3 areas. And that was simplification and handholding, funding support and incentives, and industry academia partnership and incubation. That is, this is a broader picture of whatever innovative or initiatives have been included. So in handholding and simplification point, we can say that, okay, lots of laws and rules have been simplified, or I should say they have been made user friendly. For example, to start a business, one had to, go through the licensing procedure, which was once upon a time very, very complicated. And it included lots of paperwork. So from office to office, because we have a bureaucratic system, एक license निकलवाना बहुत मुश्किल काम हुआ करता था. But now it has been simplified in the sense now they have reduced the procedural numbers. कि अगर I remember एक World Bank की report थी which said that in India, in order to attain the license for doing a business, once upon a time there were 182 steps. और 182 को अब मिनिमाइज कर दिया गया है, और उसके बाद सब कुछ और सिंप्लीफिकेशन ऐसे भी किया है कि एवरीथिंग हैज बीन ब्रॉट ऑन योर लैपटॉप. Everything is there on the website, and with a click of button, you just have to find out and you have to apply whatever you want to study or whatever you want to do. तो ये सिंप्लीफिकेशन प्लेज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल, क्योंकि क्या होता था पहले कि कोई भी कारोबारी आदमी अगर बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना चाहता था तो वो एक्सक्यूज मी, I think it's better I should switch off my phone. Okay, so कोई भी कारोबार करना चाहता था तो procedural complications थे, multiple steps थे, but at the same time, because of the bureaucracy and lots of red tapeism, lots of things were more difficult. एक टेबल से कागज को दूसरे टेबल पे पास कराने में काफी दिक्कत आती थी. And now, since it has been made online, things have been simplified, and you don't have to stand in a queue. You don't have to be a part of the waiting, कि नहीं अब शाम तक वेट किया फिर कल आइएगा. Majorly, everything has been switched or say shifted to our computer system. So हर चीज का website है, हर चीज का link है, आप click करिए and you get your business registered. Only the thing is you should have the knowledge of doing that, and you should have your papers and your सब आपके पास हो जो आप scan करें और download कर दें. So this is a simplification part. Then there is an handholding. Handholding is done in the sense that there are so many government schemes which are framed in order to support young entrepreneurs and startups. And it is, the handholding is not only in terms of finances, it is also in terms of knowledge, in terms of technology, in terms of know-how. All these things are taught. Then there is, intellectual property right. That is, they have fast-tracked everything. That is all the patent application, etc. So this way handholding and this part is provided. Then coming to the funding part, yes, things have been made more simple. For example, simple in the sense with a lesser rate of interest in order to motivate the startups and the other business people to start their business, give them financial help. For example, SIDBI is one of the apex body which is spread out throughout the country with offices at maybe more than 1,000 places, and then operating and providing the financial help to and other getting implemented other schemes of the government also, etc., etc. So these things are there. Then there is a credit guarantee, and then yes, tax exemptions are there, tax deductions are there. There are so many, maybe it is depending upon the industry, which industry needs to be developed or more strengthened. Government gives tax holidays to those industry, or maybe what are the industries that tax holidays, and what is the nature of location. For example, the whole country is divided into 4 categories, A, B, C, D, and the least developed localities and regions are identified, and lots of tax holidays are given for a businessman, maybe 10 years, maybe 15 years, 5 years, to establish and develop their business. Because see, wherever the basic genesis behind this is that wherever an industry is laid down, कहीं पे भी एक कारोबार लगाया जाता है, चाहे वो रिमोट एरिया में लगाया जाए, it leads to economic activities and economic growth. For example, suppose if one factory or one industry is being established in one of the remote areas, now maybe in that factory or in that industry, maybe around 1,000 employees are required in different strata or layers, okay, of that factory. Now, when these things are there, now those people, those employees, 1,000 employees will also be transported to that region. For that, maybe first the factory will be developed, and then the township will be developed for them. providing them housing facilities. Now, while doing this, there is lots of demand for mason, for building material, for everything. So first stage of economic development there. Now, once these 1,000 people they join the factory and then they start working. Obviously, they are not coming alone; they are coming with their families. Okay. Now, when they come with their families, they have small kids. They will be needing schools. They need restaurants and places for entertainment. They need clothing shops. They need, I think, shoes and everything, grocery stores, everything. Because wherever there is a human being and they are in group or maybe in isolation, they have their own needs and those needs have to be fulfilled, and those needs will be fulfilled, giving an opportunity to other sector or other industry at the same time. And this way, multiplier impact or as an escalator impact, they keep, I think they have a rippling effect on the economy on that area, and they keep on spreading and mushrooming and expanding. So this is the and wherever whatever region government wants this region should be developed, lots of tax exemptions and tax benefits are given to them in order to promote that region viably, in the sense of maybe economic backwardness, maybe financially, maybe socially, whatever it is. So this is how we go for funding and incentives. And then finally, we come to incubation or academia industry partnership. This is something very closely related to us. That is, these days, government is also promoting the partnership between the academia and industry. It is almost compulsory for all the colleges and all the universities to have an incubation cell, incubation and innovation cell, and also entrepreneurship development cell. So and here, what do they do in these incubation cells, innovation cells, or entrepreneurship development cell? They train our students practically, all those who want to go into industry. And they also invite industry people. They also invite industry for their wisdom, for their suggestions, and for their participation, so that the students and the young, because see, when you are in college and when you are leaving the college, you are preparing for some career. And when you're preparing for your career, that is the threshold. The last year is always a threshold which you have to cross to join the real world and start earning. If you're getting jobs, it's well and good, but in case you do not get job, then what? In that case, obviously there should be more avenues. So if you are skilled and if you are practically trained into that, that is what at this threshold level, the incubation and innovation centers do. They give you some demos, some maybe, I should say, models for the nature of work that you need to do in future, and they give you training or practical training into that, etc., etc. So this way, the government is also providing lots of funds in terms of, I should say, organizing the startup fest, startup competitions, and talk shows and fests in the university, and for related to entrepreneurs and related to skill, related to vocational trainings, etc., etc. And now they have also said that yes, you just have not number have not been defined, but few, I was going to say few professors, maybe from the industry, who have the practical knowledge, who are seeing, dealing with all the challenges of the market, of the production, of selling, buying, etc., etc. Why? Because they are the people who are going to share with us very, very true and practical things. Okay, so this is how these actions have been taken by the government, by the governance, in order to bring change and improve the situation of job seekers and convert them into job givers. After that, we have now, let me come to the third part, that is entrepreneurship. Is it a softer skill, or is it a science, or is it an art? I would say here that entrepreneurship is a blend of a science and art. And obviously, why should I say this? Because there are certain rules and regulations that have to be followed, but you have to be skilled first. That is, you should have the skill of producing a good or service or software or virtual or physical, anything that can be sold in the market. Uh, there are so many, by birth, there are some people who are talented. A person who is a good dancer, who is a good singer, they are born with that talent. Now, how to sell it in the market? They sing very well, they dance very well, but they do not know how to earn money on the basis of this. But then, if you get as entrepreneurial training, or maybe you learn the entrepreneurial soft skill, then you will get the means, you will know the means that how can I do. Okay, maybe I am a good singer, I was just singing at home and in my college with my friends, but now as a career maybe, and I want to continue this as a career. It's not necessary that I want to go and join a job. If somebody invites, only then I'll sing for them. No, maybe I want to have my own small startup, maybe I want to have my own small studio. So you have to learn that how we have to get registered, how we have to look for the finances, how we have to utilize and prepare the books of accounts, how we prepare the business model and project proposal in order to ask for loan for my studio, etc., etc. So I say that it's a science and an art, or rather it's a blend of, and it is the soft skill. Entrepreneurship is a soft skill that can be taught to others. It is a soft skill that can be taught to others, especially students, because they are young and they are starting their career. So that soft skill can be taught to them, and then and there it can be, um, I can see learned and utilized in combination with the skills and talents that you have, and then you can have your own business. And how do we go for that? And so this is how we can evolve the entrepreneurship part. Now, coming to the another part, back to our education system. Do you think that this needs a change in order to make our students, our youth more equipped in terms of job as well as in terms of business? Do you agree with me? Do you think that our education system needs some change? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
I think it is, we are awaiting some revolution. Because as the slogan goes, that tap when they are young, because they are full of energy. They are full of choices, and they want to, utilize that energy. And that energy should be utilized in favor of the nation. And therefore, higher education, I think, even this your middle school and primary school education also requires, is calling for a revolution. We have to transfer ourselves, our education system, further into more practical and experiential learning. That is, I say that always from a school levels, the skill-based education system must be promoted. That is, a student should be, school or colleges, they should be given the option of for startup, for business. They should be, this window should be opened, which has been closed. See, most of the schools, they teach commerce, but actually teaching commerce is different from starting a business, because teaching commerce, they specify, or they try to assure, yes, you will be able to become an accountant, a chartered accountant, an ICWA, or maybe something similar. But very few come out that, yes, I want to start by their choice if they come. But the education system is, but now things are, syllabus are being transformed there. And it has to be practically done in the sense, for example, I hope all of you are sure, and you all remember, because you all must have participated. When I was in a school, at least we had fates every 6 months or every year, and we all were, some or the other time, we were asked to hold a stall and run it on profits or loss, whatever you want. So that honed our entrepreneurial skill at that time. That we used to, make certain product, maybe edible item, maybe we said, okay, games honge, ya fir we said something from art and craft we are going to make. We are divided into group that, okay, we will make some crafty item, maybe some artificial jewelry, and we are going to hold a stall and we'll be selling. So there it involved making the product, it involved costing the product, it involved putting the profit margin, and marketing also, that how to make banners and poster around our stall so that we make it more attractive, we invite more people, etc., etc. That was one of the best. And still, I find I have seen the IB board schools in India, they're already teaching these subjects very, very practically, that is entrepreneurship. They're not commerce, but entrepreneurship. So here we I think to promote this, we need further research and development cells to work on this. We need more easy financing into that. And I would say that maybe for promoting the startups, the tax rates have to be, maybe they can be further revised, etc. But at the same time, at colleges level, at university level, I think more experiential learning should be focused to a larger or to a better extent. And entrepreneurial ventures, business incubators, more and more business incubators, universities who are having already the incubation and innovation centers, they should be more well equipped. They should be, and now the government has opened one more window, that is the window of CSR. That is, that is all the business houses, big houses, they have to contribute certain amount, that is 2.5% of their profit, towards research or towards social work, that is corporate social responsibility, CSR. Now, what we can do in order to promote and motivate our students to further that, we can hold फेस्ट ये सब बात हो गई है कि फेस्ट हो सकता है, स्टार्टअप कंपटीशन हो सकता है, बट यस वी कैन ऑलवेज ऑर्गेनाइज lectures from big industrialists, usually because see, when any big role model or anybody great personality, they come in your colleges, you are often influenced by them, and you never know how many students it clicks to, how many students. When they get impressed, then they decide maybe then and there that, okay, yes, I want to become an entrepreneur like him. So more, then there should be more of case studies on entrepreneurs, skill development, and more exposure should be given. So this way, I say that more and more exposure should be given to the students towards skill, vocations, and this entrepreneurship. So, because you all are research scholars here, majorly, maybe you can think about yourself, that what you are going to pursue in future, and maybe how can you use, because see, all the science background, they have very strong potential of becoming an entrepreneur. And I have seen all the medicine companies, all these equipments related to health, all those botanical products, they all are coming from which, who are those entrepreneurs? They are from science background, social backgrounds also. So these things are to be promoted. And I think in all the colleges and universities, some entrepreneurial soft skill development promotion program should also be arranged and organized by for the students. For example, I'll show you what I'm doing in the Department of Commerce, Aligarh Muslim University. This is one of the program which I'm running. It is a SURE program. This program belongs to the University of Houston. And this program invites anybody who is either already running a business, or who wants to start a business in future, or who wants to, I should say, know more about. So that, for example, the engineering students or anybody doing research in engineering colleges, if they want to, whatever product they are researching, or maybe in future they want to sell it in the market, and they want to learn, get exposed, because engineering or medical student, they are not exposed to the commerce or the business way. So this program, this workshop, it runs for 12 weeks. That is only 12 sessions, once in a week or twice in a week. So it runs for 1.5 months sometimes, or maybe 2 months or 3 months, giving a gap of a week in each session. And here, each session practically teaches you how to start a business. One session maybe how to maintain your books of accounts, and how to cost your product, how to price your product, how to meet the competition in the domain of your product. That is, a chartered accountant comes to teach that. Similarly, it is the secondly, maybe another session is regarding banking. The session teaches that how to take advantage of the bank by taking maybe financial help. And the Canara Bank team themselves, they come to teach you, and they also go for hand-holding, that okay, if you want some money or if you want some other advices, you come to me. Similarly, marketing session is there. Similarly, government session on government scheme is there. Similarly, legal session is there, which is conducted by commercial lawyers. And these commercial lawyers, they have helped people in getting themselves registered to Udyam portal, Gem portal, different portals where they can, from where they can legally in an organized way start their own businesses. So we have already completed 4 series of this workshop. There is a 5th series on its way, which shall be starting from 24th of August. So this is the good time, which I think I can always share the details with you. Give me a minute and I will do it. Okay. I'll share with you another window. This is okay, share. So this is the program that we are going to start. That is, the 5th series is coming up in the same month, and it's on my WhatsApp. So this program is there, where we will be teaching you, we will be training, or we're getting exposed. So it is for education. Actually, there are 3 purposes of this workshop. That is, it provides you hand-holding, it provides you education, it provides you networking also. So where to launch, because there is such a big group of industrialists you come across through this. It is such a big, not only students, industrialists, bankers, it is, it is a big group. So this is something that I think you can just have a look at it. The registration is still going on, and things are, so it is for any engineering, open to all for AMU, and also anybody outside AMU also. ये सिर्फ इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज के लिए नहीं है, सिर्फ कॉमर्स वो एमयू के सारे बच्चों के लिए है। एमयू के बाहर कोई पढ़ा लिखा हो, ना पढ़ा लिखा हो, इंजीनियरिंग कर रहा हो या हाई स्कूल पास हो, सबके लिए, बिकॉज स्किल इज समथिंग I think almost most of the people are blessed with, and they have the right to start their own business. काफी लोग स्किल्ड होने के बावजूद मजदूरी पे काम कर रहे होते हैं. This program helps them to start a small business. So I request all of you here that if you just pass it on, क्योंकि कोई भी अगर इस program का जरूरतमंद है, they can come and join. और इंस्टाग्राम पे भी हमारा है. It's all about, so because see, skill development is very very important. एट कॉलेज एंड यूनिवर्सिटी लेवल, यस, मैंने 40 से 50 तक के कारोबार शुरू करवा चुकी हूँ मैं अलीगढ़ में. एंड देयर आर सो मेनी कोचिंग्स दैट हैव बीन ओपनड अप. देयर आर सो मेनी ब्यूटी पार्लर्स एंड बुटीक्स दे हैव रजिस्टर्ड एंड दे आर डूइंग इट इन अ लीगल ऑर्गेनाइज्ड वे. लीगल वे मतलब कि उद्यम पोर्टल पे, जेम पे, एंड दे आर डूइंग देयर ओन बिजनेसेस. सो दिस इज अ मोस्ट प्रैक्टिकल एंड एक्सपीरियंशियल बेस्ड प्रोग्राम जो सिर्फ पढ़ाता नहीं है, सिखाता नहीं है, लेकिन सच में कारोबार शुरू कराता है. और जिनको सिर्फ पढ़ना और देखना है और सीखना है तो वो भी ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं, जिससे कि आगे में फ्यूचर में उनको एक एक्सपोजर होता है कि हाँ, हमें ये इस डायरेक्शन में जाना है. इट शोज यू द डायरेक्शन एट लीस्ट. So this is all about myself on skill development, because I'm working on this to a large extensive way, and I believe that colleges and universities are the platform जिस threshold पे पूरा एक option बच्चे को मिलना चाहिए कि हम सिर्फ नौकरी नहीं, क्या कारोबार में भी जा सकते हैं. यस, क्योंकि अक्सर ये होता है, हमारा जो माइंडसेट है, हमारा जो सोसाइटल सिस्टम है, वी डोंट बिलीव इन दैट. और ज्यादातर घरों में पेरेंट्स का ये रहता है कि नहीं नहीं, ये करना है, ये करना है, कंपटीशन निकालने का प्रेशर. ठीक है, कर लिया बच्चे ने, बहुत अच्छी बात है. जब नहीं कर पाता है तब वो कहते हैं लास्ट में, जब सब तरफ से फेल होता है, देन दे से दैट ओके नाउ यू कैन गो फॉर बिजनेस. लेकिन तब तक उसके जो स्किल्स, सॉफ्ट स्किल्स होते हैं, वो तो इवॉल्व हो नहीं पाए. उसका तो फोकस सिर्फ कंपटीशन और उसमें था, रिस्क टेकिंग. बिकॉज सी, जॉब में भी आपका करियर धीरे ही धीरे ग्रो होता है, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में भी इट इज सिमिलर. धीरे धीरे आप इवॉल्व करोगे कोई भी चीज, प्रॉफिट जो है धीरे धीरे बढ़ेंगे, एस्टैब्लिशमेंट धीरे धीरे होगा. उसी तरह से जॉब में होता है, शुरू में आप भटकते रहते हो, जॉब मिलती है छोटी बड़ी, कोई जरूरी नहीं आप रेगुलर बेसिस पे जॉब मिल जाए, परमानेंट जॉब मिल जाए फॉरन. यू कीप स्ट्रगलिंग फॉर फ्यू इयर्स, उसके बाद फिर आप धीरे धीरे, फिर आपकी जो सैलरी, जब आप 60 साल के होते हो वो सैलरी अलग होती है. इसी तरह से एक एंटरप्रेन्योर जब 60 साल का पहुंचता है तो उसका भी एक अलग एस्टेब्लिशमेंट, लेकिन उस टाइम उसका अपना एम्पायर होता है, उसकी सब चीज अपनी होती है. सो एक हमें लगता है स्कूल कॉलेज लेवल पे एक एक्सपोजर जरूर होना चाहिए सबको, that at least yes, I have this option. And I tell you, इसमें एक चीज मैं मिस कर गई आपके साथ शेयर करने में, कि many colleges and university in developed nations, for example Ecole University in Switzerland, रशिया में, मॉस्को में आपका जो ये है स्पेस साइंस है, ये सारी यूनिवर्सिटीज, इनके में लास्ट सेमेस्टर जो प्रोफेशनल कोर्सेज का होता है, उन लास्ट सेमेस्टर्स में दे गिव एन ऑप्शन दैट आइदर यू हैव टू गो फॉर प्रोजेक्ट और प्रोजेक्ट वर्क, और यू गो फॉर मे बी इंटर्नशिप, और यू गो फॉर योर स्टार्टअप. तो ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स व्हेन दे ऑप्ट फॉर स्टार्टअप, तो उसमें क्या होता है, उनको सारा बेसिक प्रोविजन, जैसे ये मेरी श्योर वर्कशॉप जो चीजें प्रोवाइड करती है, वो पूरा उनको प्रोवाइड करा जाता है. जो बच्चे स्टार्टअप आइडिया प्रमोट करना चाहते हैं, एस्टैब्लिश करना चाहते हैं, उनको दिया जाता है. तो व्हाट डू दैट, they are provided with bankers, they are met provided hand holding with bankers, with industrialists, with marketing people, accounting, chartered accountants, everybody. ठीक है, whatever is required to establish legal people, तो establish करा दिया जाता है. And by the end of the semester, if that student successfully establishes his or her business, they get grade on that. And this is, the number has been gradually increasing for a startup or entrepreneurship in these universities. I always propose to the government, maybe, or that this should be encouraged and implemented in our country also. Maybe in the last semester, every professional course should be given a choice that yes, they can go for their own startup. They can have their own consultancy, they can have their own product, they can have their own service sector. तो उसमें जो है they will come out, और इसी बहाने किसी का, आपने कुछ लोगों को सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट वहीं से जनरेट हो गया, क्योंकि उनका स्टार्टअप स्टैब्लिश हो गया. They don't have to now look for job here and there. So this is already this way, I think these innovations are being, being awaited in the industry, in the education industry. Because I think in India, I will conclude with few words that in India, we have a large demographically diverse population. However, I feel that investments in science, technology, and innovations here are not yet translating into the desired growth reality. क्योंकि देखिए मेरा एक कहना है कि आप लैब्स में कुछ भी रिसर्च करके बना दीजिए, अगर वो चीज मार्केट की शेल्फ तक नहीं आएगी, कंज्यूमर तक नहीं पहुंचेगी, तो क्या फायदा, उसकी कोई वैल्यू नहीं है। जब तक आपने इतनी मेहनत करके उसको डेवलप किया है, वो उसको बेचना भी आप सीखेंगे, तभी तो आप मुनाफा कमा पाएंगे, पैसा कमा पाएंगे। और वहीं पे रखी रह जाए और उसपे मार्क्स मिलने के बाद उसको खत्म कर दिया जाए, तो फायदा क्या है? So we do not say, they are not being translated into the desired, because actual what is the desired outcome? That is, it should be practically, you should be standing on your own feet. So, realizing that innovation-led entrepreneurship development holds promise for growth, the government has taken major policy initiative, but its success again depends upon that how these initiatives are being implemented and how they are being executed. But however, the new direction reflects a strong, new direction means the new education policy and new initiatives by the government. They reflect a strong growth aspirations and resonates with the zeal and zest of the youth, who must be prepared for adventurous path to innovation, which is again leading towards entrepreneurship also. So with that, I conclude. Thank you so much. Now, the board is open to you. Anything you want to ask or discuss?
सबसे पहले मैम, मैं आज के इस सत्र में आपका, प्रोफेसर चौधरी मैम का बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। और आपने मैम तमाम क्षेत्रों से जुड़ी स्किल के बारे में, हाँ जी सर।
प्रभाकर, मैं ये कह रहा था, क्वेश्चन के लिए ओपन किया है मैम ने, तो अगर कोई क्वेरी है किसी की तो मैम से पूछ सकता है, उसको इनवाइट आने दीजिए पहले।
हाँ जी सर, जी सर।
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. I have a question, if ma'am allow me to ask.
Yes, please. Yes,
Okay.
Priyanka.
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. First of all, thank you so much for such an insightful lecture and the great ideas you have shared with us regarding promotion of entrepreneurship. Ma'am, as our country has a large section of young youth population, around 65 to 66%, or two-thirds of the population, as you have said. So, ma'am, and also you have said that there is an increase in the jobless growth in the market. So entrepreneurship is certainly a great idea to overcome that. But ma'am, a lot of population from our a lot of section of from our population is engaged in unorganized sector. As you have said, 70% of the population is engaged in an unorganized sector. So there are chances that the students who are coming to the universities, their parents have been working in an unorganized sector, and they certainly doesn't want their children to be stuck in that loop again, to stuck in the unorganized sector. They want them to go in an organized sector. So, ma'am, how can we prepare students with a positive mindset to go for entrepreneurship? Because, ma'am, certainly there are some risk in the entrepreneurship also. The path is not always rosy.
Exactly.
So,
see, there is, I won't say small risk, there are chances of big risks also. But every journey, the success belongs to anybody who remains consistent. जॉब में भी यही होता है. हाउ डू यू थिंक कि आपकी डिग्री मिली, दूसरे दिन जॉब मिलेगी? Isn't it? जॉब का प्रोसेस ये होता है, आप आजकल दो बार 4 बार रिजेक्ट भी होते हैं, फिर उसके बाद मिलता है. इसी तरह से कारोबार में भी है, 1 2 3 4 बार रिजेक्ट हुआ, नहीं कंज्यूमर को पसंद आया आपका वो, आपने फिर सोचा अच्छा इसमें, क्योंकि आप खुद रिसर्च कर रहे हो, उसके रिजल्ट क्या है? रिजल्ट मार्केट में एक्सेप्टेंस आपके प्रोडक्ट और सर्विस का. इजंट इट? तो यहाँ पे मुझे लगता है एक माइंडसेट ये बहुत ही ज्यादा इनग्रेव्ड है कि रिस्क बहुत है. नहीं, रिस्क दोनों चीजों में है. अगर जॉब्स नहीं मिल रही हैं किसी को और 10 साल निकल गए, 5 साल निकल गए, वो अपने आप में बहुत बड़ा रिस्क है. Isn't it? और आपका इंटरवीनिंग पीरियड ज्यादा आ जाता है, तो उसके बाद और जॉब नहीं मिलती है. तो वो तो उतना बड़ा, जबकि कारोबार में इंटरवीनिंग पीरियड वाला मसला नहीं है। आप फेल हुए, आपने कहा नहीं दोबारा इसकी कोशिश करता हूँ, अच्छा मेरे इस प्रोडक्ट में ये कमी रह गई है, आप थोप नहीं सकते किसी में। लेकिन जिस दिन क्लिक कर जाता है उस दिन क्लिक कर जाता है, ठीक है, वन थिंग। अनदर थिंग इज, देखिए इसीलिए इस चीज को, सो दैट जो पिछली जनरेशन से हुई है कमी पेशी, फॉर एग्जाम्पल अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर, and I won't say that generation has to be blamed for it. The reason is that always there is an ecosystem, there is an environment that plays a very important role. So getting into entrepreneurship in itself was a struggle, but now I should say, जैसे मैंने कहा कि hand holding, easing out, simplification, financial simplification, everything, अब ये policies में बहुत transformation आ रहे हैं ना, पहले इतना नहीं था. If you just talk to your grandparents or if you talk to your parents, I'm sure, because मेरी एज में जब, मतलब मेरे पेरेंट्स तो बहुत बड़े हैं, they are 70s plus, है ना, तो मेरे फादर, मुझे याद है जब मैं अभी वे यंग, he used to tell me कि एक बजाज स्कूटर को बुक करने में इतने साल की वेटिंग हुआ करती थी. और अब हम लोग सुनेंगे तो, आप लोग की जनरेशन सुनेगी तो हंसेगी, वेटिंग एक स्कूटर के लिए, बट इट वाज द रियलिटी. बिकॉज हमारा जो एक्चुअली कैपिटलिस्टिक इकोनॉमी या फिर सोशलिस्टिक इकोनॉमी के बजाय हमने मिक्स्ड इकोनॉमी ली थी, और इंडिपेंडेंस के बाद हम लोग काफी फूक फूक के कदम रख रहे थे, तो हमने जो है ओपन अप नहीं किया था. तो 1990s में ओपन अप किया है, लिबरलाइजेशन आया है, जब हमने लाइसेंस राज को खत्म किया है, और उसके बाद जो है लिबरल हुआ है बिजनेस एंड पूरा इकोसिस्टम, और उसके बाद कारोबार को प्रमोट करा है. लेकिन 1990 से लेके आप देखिए 2021 में या 20 में न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी, ये सब ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, सो इट टुक so many years, you know, एजुकेशन सिस्टम को फ्लेक्सिबल करने में, स्किल को ज्यादा एम्फेसिस, उसको रियलाइज करने में भी टाइम लगता है ना. तो ऑब्वियसली अब ये जो गलती बड़ों से हुई है, लेकिन अब एनवायरनमेंट, अब वो एजुकेशन के साथ चीजें आ रही हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली यू हैव मोर अपॉर्चुनिटी टू एस्टैब्लिश योरसेल्फ इन एन ऑर्गेनाइज्ड वे, in getting yourself registered, in getting your all legal papers qualified, in getting, you know, taking advantage of so many government schemes. Ignorance, lack of confidence, ये सारे factors हैं बेटा, जो आपको जो हिंडर करते हैं इन सब तरह की चीजों को. तो ये जैसे मेरे श्योर के प्रोग्राम में यही सब चीजें ओवरकम कराया जाता है. इग्नोरेंस, कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल को इम्प्रूव किया जाता है. नहीं, आप बैंक से क्यों डर रहे हैं, पैसे से पैसा बनता है. आप सोचें कि हम सिर्फ अपने 2000 रुपए से बहुत बड़ा कारोबार खड़ा कर ले, लोन ना ले. मैं ये नहीं कह रही हूँ लोन लेना जरूरी, लेकिन फिर आपके पास अपना पैसा हो, नहीं है तो कुछ तो अल्टरनेटिव निकालेंगे. लेकिन आप सोचें छोटे से कैपिटल से मैं कर लूंगा, और मैं 1 साल में नहीं, फिर वो सफर पूरा करने में आपको 4 साल लग सकते हैं. तो ये ना, अब इसीलिए ये सब चीजें थ्रू एजुकेशन आ रही हैं. एटलीस्ट ना, पहले अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर में इतना ज्यादा समझ नहीं पाता था इंसान. ठीक है, शुरू करा, गए और लाइसेंस ले लिया कारोबार का. लेकिन अब जब आपको डिफरेंस पता है फ्रॉम योर स्कूल और कॉलेज लेवल, तो ऑब्वियसली यू विल प्रोग्रेस इन दैट डायरेक्शन, यू विल मूव इन दैट डायरेक्शन, इजंट इट? तो ये होता है.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such an enlightening answer.
हाँ हाँ.
Ma'am, one more question is coming to my mind, if you allow me.
You are in which subject, Priyanka?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you pursuing research?
Yes, ma'am. I am a research scholar in education subject.
किस subject में आप? Subject. What is your subject?
Ma'am, my subject is education.
Okay. Okay. ठीक है.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, one more question I have. Ma'am, there is a problem of brain drain in the country. Highly skilled youth doesn't want to stay back in the country. They want to go out of the country to get better earning opportunities. So, ma'am, how can we overcome that? Since you are from the commerce department, then you must have a better answer for this question. So, this query was coming to my mind. So that's why.
A very good question. Though many measures have been taken up, but again, we have to improve much more upon our economic condition, upon the economic scenario. तो salaries जब improve होंगी तो automatically brain drain नहीं होगा. सबसे बड़ा temptation बाहर जाने का, पहला temptation होता है कि salary बहुत ज्यादा मिलती है. whether it is Middle East or Western world or wherever, because when they convert it into dollar into rupee, or maybe real into rupee, or any other currency into rupee, euro into rupee, we are way back, we are way low, you know. तो जब तक के वो आपका बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट, बैलेंस ऑफ ट्रेड, वो बहुत टेक्निकल चीजें हैं, उस वहां तक मैं नहीं जाऊंगी, बट जब तक के इकोनॉमिक सिनेरियो स्ट्रेंथन नहीं होते, इकोनॉमिक का मतलब होता है फाइनेंशियल एंड ट्रेड एंड कॉमर्स, और ये सब चीजें जब तक और ज्यादा मजबूत नहीं होती हैं कंट्री की, वी आर स्टिल इन द ब्रैकेट्स ऑफ डेवलपिंग नेशन। जैसे ही मोमेंटम बनेगा कि हम डेवलपमेंट की तरफ बहुत स्पीड से बढ़ रहे हैं और इकोनॉमी जो स्ट्रेंथन हो रही है और हम डेवलप नेशन होने वाले हैं, आपका ब्रेन ड्रेन ऑटोमेटिकली रुक जाएगा, क्योंकि सैलरी वेरिएशन है। दूसरी चीज ये है कि इन टर्म्स ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी वी आर लैकिंग बिहाइंड इन टेक्नोलॉजी। बाहर जो जॉब रोल्स हैं कई हैं जिसमें टेक्नोलॉजी की बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत होती है, वो वहां पे बहुत ज्यादा अवेलेबल है, बहुत अच्छे तरह से अवेलेबल है, वो उस डोमेन का काम ही नहीं यहाँ पे हो पाएगा, तो वो चीज यहाँ पे हो ही नहीं पाएंगी, रिसर्चेस या वहाँ पे वो चीजें। तो बिकॉज और बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं, ये नहीं है बच्चे हमारे पढ़ के बहुत अच्छे अच्छे निकल रहे हैं, दे आर ब्रिलियंट्स एंड दे नीड ब्रेन्स, दे आर रेडी टू पे डबल अमाउंट टू अट्रैक्ट दीज ब्रेन्स। तो और हमारे पास उतना पैसा नहीं है कि हम उनको डबल के बजाय उससे ज्यादा दे के इनको रोक लें यहाँ पे। तो these are some practical issues जो धीरे धीरे जाएंगे, जब जैसे जैसे इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट होगा ऑटो ये सब चीजें करेक्ट मोड पे आ जाएंगी।
थैंक यू सो मच मैम।
वेलकम
मैम, अगर आप अनुमति दें, एक प्रश्न हमारे माइंड में आ रहा है मैम कि जैसे
बिल्कुल।
अगर अगर कोई बिजनेस शुरू किया गया और उसके
कोई
उपभोक्ता
बिजनेस
कम शुरू किया गया, स्टार्ट किया गया, और उसके उपभोक्ता जो है वो कम हैं, तो वो कैसे फिर सही पड़ेगा, कैसे किया जाए फिर
उसको उसी हिसाब से डेवलप किया जाता है। ये तो आपको कंज्यूमर मार्केट की मैंने कहा ना कि ये जो हम लोग कॉलेजेस में रिसर्चेस करते हैं और हिंदुस्तान में जो होती है वो प्रैक्टिकल कम होती है और वो लैब में बैठ के कंप्यूटर बैठ के ज्यादा करी जाती है, लेकिन एंटरप्रेन्योर जमीन पे उतरता है कंज्यूमर को समझने के लिए, कंज्यूमर मार्केट को समझने के लिए, और हर चीजों को उनकी पॉकेट को समझने के लिए, उनका टेस्ट प्रेफरेंस, क्योंकि कंज्यूमर इज द बॉस ऑफ द मार्केट, ही इज द किंग। कंज्यूमर के हिसाब से आप बनाओगे तो यू विल बी अ सक्सेसफुल पर्सन। तो अगर आपका छोटा वो है क्लाइंटेल है या छोटा डिमांड होगा तो प्रोडक्ट उसी हिसाब से करा जाएगा और उसी हिसाब से आपको प्राइसिंग भी रखनी पड़ेगी। ठीक है कि आप जी। तो ये तो आपको पूरा बंदे को पूरा एनालिसिस करना पड़ेगा, मार्केट रिसर्च करनी पड़ेगी।
थैंक यू मैम।
Anyone else? Okay, I think there are no more questions, so let us wind up.
जी मैम, मैं धन्यवाद अदा कर रहा हूं आपका, बहुत बहुत आभार आज के इस सेशन के लिए मैम। और आपने जैसा कि कहा, थोड़े से शब्दों में मैं उसको फिर से बताना चाहूंगा कि अगर हमारे पास स्किल है तो हमें ज्यादा ठोकरें नहीं खानी पड़ेगी मैम। एक कहावत है कि गुण के ग्राहक सहस नर, बिन गुण लहे न कोय, जैसे कागा कोकिला शब्द सुने सब कोई। तो अगर हमारे पास स्किल रहेगी तो हम जॉब सीकर नहीं बल्कि जॉब गिवर बन सकते हैं। आपने कहा कि बिजनेस का अपना खुद एक एम्पायर होता है, अगर हम स्किलफुल होकर के व्यवसाय करेंगे तो न केवल हमारा बल्कि हमारे समाज और देश दोनों का ही उत्थान होगा। मैम, आज के सेशन के लिए बहुत बहुत आभार आपका। आज इस सेशन से सचमुच में बहुत लाभान्वित हुए हम लोग, और कोशिश करेंगे कि ये इसको जमीन पर और जहन में उतारें। थैंक यू मैम, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आभार।
Thank you so much. It was a great pleasure to be with all of you. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू मैम।